Have you ever noticed that with the exception of Trump, I think, actually, the president always goes into these things like he is tonight and talks about what they want to do, what they need to do, what they're maybe possibly going to do. They're already spinning this.
Well, it's my understanding that the president is both going to talk to the American people about the progress that has been made with respect to how things started, a once-in-a-century pandemic, the economy completely shut down, and the efforts led by President Biden to turn things around, to build an incredibly healthy economy.
Healthy. Look, it's called the State of the Union, not the hope of the Union or the agenda of the Union, certainly not what you want the people to think is going on in the Union. It's the State of the Union. This is why people don't listen to politicians.
Joe Biden is on the run from his record and lying like crazy to try and escape accountability for the horrific devastation he and his party have created. All the while, they continue the very policies that are causing this horror show to go. We cannot take it any longer as a country.
Yeah, I agree. Could you imagine what a speech from Biden would actually sound like if he was honest with us for, like the first time in his career of 50 years? Yeah, as local and federal agents and troops, actually, they're setting up fencing all around the Capitol right now. But no, not along the border. We can't have that. Biden's going to be inside telling us that walls don't work, while there's literally going to be an open seat for someone who was killed by someone who shouldn't have been here in the first place, someone who might have been kept out by the same walls that they're putting around the Capitol right now. Look, we're going to get a bunch of touted accomplishments. You already saw Hakeem Jeffries spinning this. No real person outside of this D.C. bubble can actually believe this or even relate to it. The State of the Union is really bad. He should just come out and say it. He's definitely going to talk about the economy. You know what? I guarantee you that he's going to tell us that somehow families are better off. They're not. Your dollar from 2020 is only worth about 82 cents now. If you need to refinance your mortgage, as 30% of Americans are going to do this year, it's going to cost you twice as much, up 107%. You're going to pay for that with your real wage, which has dropped 4% in the last 3 years. Our State of the Union's an economic dumpster fire. Then he's going to turn around and hammer the only people that have any discretionary money left in their budget. He's going to try to tax them even more at a time when no one can afford that. Joe Biden's presided over a higher inflation rate than anyone in recent history. He's going to say that he brought inflation down to 4%, but that doesn't mean it's gone down. That means it's only going up by 4% now instead of up by 9%. But it didn't put 5% back in your pocket. He thinks we're stupid. Everything you need, everything your family needs to make the world go round costs a lot more, from the food you eat to the gas you put in your car. But he's going to say everything is fine anyway. And if you disagree with him, you're somehow like a istophobic, phobophobe, and MAGA extremist. They're going to push tragedy that was almost certainly created by these policies. Biden, as every Democrat always does, is going to use that to shame people into giving the government more control over whatever issue they decide to pin it on tonight. And watch, mark my words, tomorrow there's going to be a ton of pundits out there like Morning Joe, and they're going to be like, wow, he was so presidential. Can you believe? Seriously, nobody believes this. You don't need to be a D.C. insider to know this game. Biden knows this is a big, even in his current state, he's got to know it's a big problem. But he's going to sell it anyway. He should have read the writing on the wall down when he went to East Palestine. What we're seeing, this is an agenda of a bunch of radical globalists behind the scenes. Biden's just the face of this. That way they can discard him and put somebody else there. There's not one time in this presidency that I have seen Joe Biden put America and our interests first. Yet he's going to march out there tonight and tell us everything's fine. Started 2 wars and withdrew from Afghanistan as claiming a W. It's a big loss. The Taliban's running that place now with $80 billion worth of our stuff. This may be, though, his last State of the Union. The least he could do is be a little bit honest with us.